Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hugger Asia Raven, and I'm here with my reaction and review of Iconic Justice Season number 1, Episode number 1. Now, this show came out a couple of months ago, but I couldn't really fit it into my schedule because I had other things to cover, and yeah, I was like, you know what, I finally got the time to watch this show, so I am going to watch the first episode. I'm not really sure if I'll be continuing with my reactions for the entire season. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think that there are like 6 episodes in the season. Now, it's not a show, like it's not your usual mystery thriller or action show that I usually cover. It's basically more of a reality type parody setup where, again, if I am correct about it, it's basically this parody of a queer court session being presided over by Judge Willam, and Judge Willam ends up figuring out how to deal with queer-centric cases or something. It's supposed to be comedic. Topher's involved in it, and if you guys remember, he was also involved in the very, very enjoyable Slag Wars miniseries, which, yeah, I'm still disappointed that that particular series, Slag Wars, didn't continue, but we have this, Iconic Justice, and from the promo material, you can tell that there are familiar faces in it. Nikki's in it. Matthew Camp's in it. So let's see what it has to offer.
Drama.
Very drama.
Queen Judge.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be legally binding,
Not
but
legally
it's
binding.
wild.
I'm
Let's see.
Andrea Coleman, and I got my Juris Doctorate from Washington and Lee University.
And my name is Nikki Monet.
Yeah,
I
Nikki
got a
Monet.
clothing from a guy named Lee in Washington one time.
From Flag Wars.
Today's case is about wig drama.
Okay.
Girl,
Wig
Now,
drama.
taught my man the difference between a lace front and a weave, and this is him in public. Weave, 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 lace front. And he's not wrong, but he is wrong.
We have an opening sequence, complete with song, a theme song.
Stole their wig to wear to a frat party.
Mm.
The wig got destroyed, and so did Lorelai's trust in their friend.
Oh.
Jack says this feud isn't about a wig. It's
Uh-huh.
about Lorelai's issue with him having straight friends. Is Judge Willam gonna
Okay.
clock the lace on this?
Honest, extra, and forever iconic. I promise to be honest, extra, and forever
Iconic.
Lorelai,
Mhm.
welcome to court. Thank you. Happy to be back. A return appearance. You're claiming that your friend, Jack,
Uh-huh.
borrowed one of your wigs to wear to a frat party.
I'm gonna judge them too.
Straight friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, your defense is that Lorelai accuses you of being privileged whenever they get angry with you, and that you already offered to replace the wig.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
So, Miss Lorelai has put me into drag before, did put me into drag for the first time, into
Mhm.
the production of Rocky Horror. But to get to the wig portion of the day.
can I just say something really fast? Good drag is not free,
Mhm.
right? So when people ask me, to
Yeah,
do
it costs
drag,
money.
Fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not down to do
Just
that.
look at a
But
Drag
when
Race
something
drama.
like this, when Jack goes out with his friends and doesn't invite me, but then steals my drag to stand out again amongst said group, I have a sign-out sheet where people can sign things out
Mhm.
if I'm generous enough to let them use it. Should they ever borrow something without asking me first? No, because that's called stealing.
Mm-hmm. I'm the Laura Lee.
I have to admit, I'm being demonized,
Mhm.
and I'm being targeted as this person who doesn't include Lorelai, when in fact, Lorelai doesn't give my friends, who are mostly straight,
Mm-hmm.
an opportunity to surprise her.
When I walk into the room, this is how they look at me.
Uh-huh.
Who are you, Jack's friend?
Objection, Your Honor.
They don't say, oh, can I get you a drink?
Oh, this show is going to make you think.
Why are you
Your Honor.
wearing that? They look at me like that, like I'm a freaking.
Like, this happens in real
Your
life.
Honor, we're in co-
Meet these people, but when I go in there and they love you because you're the iconic token gay,
Mm.
you pass as straight, and so they don't care. But then when I walk in there to a frat party, they say, not you. They look at Jack, they say, oh, here's you with all your straight friends. Come on in, girlie. Were you wearing that hair? If you, I should like more. So I want to see who's more
What?
talented. The only song we could clear.
Only song we would hear.
In what you're wearing, you can't borrow your friend's.
I mean, there are comedic moments in here, but the basic premise, the subject of this episode, it happens. It really happens depending on the social circles you move in.
Lorelai, I see here in the docket that Jack has evidence that he has invited you to these parties. Now, if they can let this walking buck plug in, why don't you feel welcome? Well, I would just say that Jack and I clearly grew up in different environments, and growing up, he had the misfortune of having to hide who he was, and I had the fortune of being able to express who I was, and I do admit, but at the same time, while I was able to discover myself growing up, I learned to not trust people who made me not feel very safe in my expression. And there's something about walking into that space, and that's the thing, is that I think Jack knows that. That's what
With another group of friends, I'm not gonna, for lack of a better word, babysit somebody at a party. I can't help that it's all my friends.
There it is.
Times you need to step into my circles and start speaking my language just as much as I'm going to do with you.
Oh, basically wanting Lorelai to
Jack, that Lorelai can't
be more open.
I think that growing up in
COVID has affected people all across the land differently, but it's affected the wig industry.
But it's not about the wig.
A little more. Taking inspiration from Lorelai, but taking her things to play with in front of your other friends. You need to think about how that would make her feel. Here's the thing, that can't come at the expense of other people. Honey, that's human.
Yeah. The human wig.
Especially queer people who support you. Other queer people, you know? We're a network.
Yeah, and you need to think about others too.
Not like this.
Especially
Because the
if you're a part of that support system.
that are around forever, you know? Because like we're drag queens. We don't get in long-term relationships. Like y'all get partners and then you ditch the fun drag queens. You know, you couple down, hunker down, and we're just left alone with our wigs.
Yeah.
And people give us our wigs back.
Yeah, this show is going to make you
When
think.
we mentor people and they aren't as appreciative as we would want them to be. So you need to tell them. And you did on TV. Also, Lorelai, I want to tell you that there's a great big world out there, and not all straight people are homophobic, transphobic, and terrible. Some of them are just one of those things. So you should really try to get out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
So emotionally packed and theater driven. What was your inspiration for these outfits?
Well, I was inspired by a nice roll of Scotch tape. Scotch tape into pride, you know?
I love
Very
that.
good.
Have straight people in your life, or do you only have friends in the queer community?
you know, I don't believe in the prison industrial complex, but I do think that straight people can benefit from jail time.
Okay. Do you have straight people in your life?
Of course, my mom and my dad.
Oh no.
But not as friends.
Oh no.
No, they're my parents. Why would I be friends with my parents?
Well, I'm just saying I'm a cis woman, and I would like to be your friend. And,
I'm a post-binary artist, activist, and stan Twitter expert, and I'm here to learn the iconic.
I think I have the same journal.
Iconic justice.
Also, I just noticed that
I'm your intern.
Dylan.
Like a real intern or a porn intern?
There's a difference.
Cool to be an intern.
Aren't you a little old for that outfit? I need someone to do an evaluation with me after every case.
Okay.
38% of the LGBTQIA population lives in states with no laws banning conversion therapy. That means all over the United States right now, thousands of queer youth are being subjected to debunked pseudoscience that can cause emotional trauma and, in some cases, even suicide.
That's horrible. We should all be vocal about protecting queer youth.
If you really wanted to support queer youth, you could be a little nicer to me.
Aren't you in like your mid-30s?
Seriously.
Uh-huh.
This is an
Yeah,
issue
driver
that needs your
project.
attention. Contact your local representatives to voice your opinion, and if you
Yeah,
get
this show
subjected to or
is going to make you
affected by
laugh,
conversion
and it's going to make you think as well.
find help by visiting thetrevorproject.org. Or I said she hasn't given Jack's straight friends a chance yet because she's been very busy rehearsing her one-person production of Anyone Can Whistle. Jack says Lorelai is no Bernadette Peters, but he's learning to accept their boundaries more.
So that was the first episode of Iconic Justice, season number 1, and again, as I said, it really made me think because that entire thing that Lorelai and Jack were going through with how Lorelai isn't comfortable when it comes to certain social circles that Jack moves in. I think that a whole lot of queer people do go through that, and yeah, with Lorelai not wanting to be open with other people, it made sense as well because there are certain people who are more welcoming of a certain level of queerness in their groups, but if that queerness level like raises even an inch, they're like we don't want these type of people in our friends group. And even though Jack was talking about certain straight friends who weren't comfortable with having Lorelai around, even in the queer community itself there is this internal homophobia, and there's also this disdain for more feminine type of queer people. So even in queer circles, they don't want individuals who express themselves like Lorelai. They don't want such individuals to be part of their queer circles. They're like, this is like too much queer for us. So stay back, and they're more comfortable with people like Jack, which yeah, these are issues that need to be addressed. They need to be worked on. Anyway, let me know if you have watched Iconic Justice. All 6 episodes are available. You can watch them on Out TV. They are also available on Apple TV if you guys have the subscription. And yeah, let me know what you thought of the first episode. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later.